Hey Lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. I am so excited about today's video, guys. It is a little bit of spring and home decor inspired, but I'm excited because this is a special video. Guys, so I am so excited, and you guys are going to see in just a few minutes here after I show you some of the products that I'm working with. Now, I did pick up some stuff from the Goodwill, some stuff from Dollar Tree, some stuff I had in my stash, some stuff from Hobby Lobby. But what I'm excited about, guys, is because today I'm going to be featuring my girl Brandy from the DIY Struggle, some of her products that she is releasing for spring. And I'm so excited. As you can see there, I have a stencil right there. Now, she reached out to me, and whenever I get the opportunity, you know, to help out another one of my crafting sisters, I'm so grateful to do so. She asked me would I be willing to feature some of her items on my on my channel. And like I said, if you have been riding with me, you already know I have used her products on several occasions in the past, even before we started working together. I love her products, and so she's just releasing some new items, some stencils, some appliques, some new fan brushes. So I'm really excited about that because I have not worked with those particular products by her, but I have worked with her rub-on transfers and her rice paper, which is what I'm showing you right here. Look how stunning this is, guys. Like, this is so pretty. Like, if you are into the black and white decor, yes, yes, all day, yes, okay? But she also has other prints here. She really does have a great eye for putting patterns and things like that together. And her products, guys, like, they're really affordable. Like, she sells out all the time, and I'm just so excited to share these with you. She also have a line of rub-on transfers. Now, like I said, if you guys have been with me anytime, y'all already know that I have used these. I love them. They go on super easy. And one thing I will share with you guys about Brandy's line, and it is called TDS. You can find her products on tds.com. I will have that information in my description box below, so definitely check her out. But what I love about how she packaged things is she always includes the little tips and tricks. You guys know she's all about the tips and tricks, right? And how to use her product and how to care for them. So I'm so excited. Look, she even sent me one for Christmas, guys. So I was like, oh, I can't wait. And then I was like, oh, Christmas in July is coming, baby. So you will probably see those during that time. I cannot wait to use them. I think they're absolutely stunning. And one other thing I will say that she also does is that she will include the little card applicator, which helps you to transfer over the transfer, to rub on the transfer. And so, like I said, she's just really considerate in that way, and to share all that information with you, so you're just kind of not, you know, so you're not going out there kind of in the blind. All right, so check her out. Tell her I sent you my way. Now, the other part is I am being joined in this video today with my good friend Kathy Jo. She will also be featuring some of Brandy's stuff on her channel as well. So I will have her link in my description box too. So definitely check out what she has for you guys. If you happen to come over from Kathy Jo's channel, welcome. I'm so glad to have you all here. And if you happen to stop by here, like I said, I'll have both of their information in my description box below. So stop by, tell both of those awesome girls I said hey. Tell them that May said hi. All right, so this first project that we're jumping into, we're going to use this, I was going to say tin can, galvanized can that I found at the Goodwill. I think it was $4.99, if I'm not mistaken, but I got 10% off on it, and it originally came from Walmart. Now, as you saw in there, it had some like styrofoam or floral foam down in it. I couldn't get it out. I tried. As you can see, it was under attack. I tried to get it out, but it wouldn't come out. So I decided to paint this in the color using some white paint. Then I'm taking one of these circle medallions that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm also going to paint that in the white paint as well. And it has very small details to it. It has like a floral detail on top of it. So I was just trying to get all up in those little nooks and crannies and everything. And then next I wanted to give this kind of like a chip enamel look. So I'm just going in and just kind of dotting some black paint around those little peak areas, if you will, I guess. And just again to give it that little chip enamel look, because I do in my kitchen. It's really weird, you guys, because okay, so I'm still trying to figure out the whole decorating thing. So one part of my kitchen has like green stuff in it on side of it, and then the other side has like some black and white stuff, because if you've been with me, you'll remember in my apartment that my colors were black, white, and red for my kitchen. So some of the stuff I had made, I just didn't want to part with. So the kitchen right now is kind of half and half. Still trying to figure it out, okay? So anyway, when I saw this rice paper that she sent me, I was like, okay, I have to use this. It's going in the kitchen. I'm going to make it work. You know, I think the green, white, and black will work together. I just have to figure that out. I don't know how to bring it all together because I'm not a decorator, but I'm learning. I'm trying, you know, I'm pushing myself to do this. One day I'll give you guys a tour of it. But anyway, I originally wanted to use the farmhouse, the one at the bottom there. I can't really see what it says, sorry. But it was too large for the can. So I opted to use two of the smaller cows on here. And what I'm doing is just taking my water pen. Again, guys, if you've been rolling with me, you already know when it comes to decoupage, I love to use my water pen to separate my napkins, my rice paper. You know, for the most part, it just helps me to get what I need from each piece. And so I just went through and just really outlined both of those cows and set them to the side. Now we're going to go in with these fan brushes. Now, as I was telling you guys in the beginning, I have not had the best luck with fan brushes, but Brandy swears by them. She rocks them every time. So I was so excited to do this. Now, one other thing that I did see her do in using her rice paper that I had not done is she sprayed it with some water. So I'm like, okay, I'm down for that. Let me try that too. Okay. And I get it. Okay. It made it very pliable. It made it very easy to work with. Even when it's in its dry state, guys, it's very easy to work with. Okay. It goes on flawless. Like, I have not had an issue with that rice paper since the day I started working with it. So what I'm doing right here is taking the fan brush and I'm applying the Mod Podge to the can. And I gotta say, the brush was doing the brush thing. The brush was brushing, okay? It was brushing, it was giving, and I was receiving. So I was like, okay, I see you, Brandy girl. So the texture of the brush is very nice. The fibers, very nice. It cleans nicely. It even tells you, like, you know, you have to clean it before you use it, clean it afterwards. And I did wait like a few minutes, probably longer than I should have after one application, but true to its word, it was, once I ran it under warm water with some soap, it was like brand new. Okay, so I was like, okay, yes, I'm available for this. So definitely, you know, if you're into decoupage and if you're starting out, I would definitely recommend these. Like, they are, I might be switching over, guys. I might be switching over. All right. So once I get the Mod Podge on there, as you guys can see, I laid it down. I was applying it. It went on perfectly. Now, I did give a little tear, but that was because I got a little tear, but that was because I pulled it. I was too aggressive with it. Okay, I needed to slow my roll. But both of them went on there beautifully. No wrinkles. As you see, I used the sponge technique. Again, if you guys have been rocking with Brandy, You know, that's one of the things she loves to do is use her sponge when she's applying her decoupage. So right here, I'm taking one of these little knobs. I'm applying it to the top of that medallion there. And that's going to be a lid in case I just want to sit this out just like this. But for today's video, guys, because you guys know your girl has been all about the florals, I'm going to pop some florals up in there. But before we do that, okay, I'm going to go in with some of my jute twine right here. I can't tell if it's, I don't think it's the braided one, but I think it's some of the jute rope if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to wrap that around the neck there just a little bit, just a few loops around. I think I probably went around about 3 or 4 times. I don't remember. I didn't count. But I just went until I felt like I had good coverage there. And I just hot glued that on. And like I said, I like this just like this. I think this would be super cute just sitting out on the counter. I almost wish I could have added cookies and milk to this. I think that would have been so cute. But right here, just to give it some color, I'm going to go in with these tulips, right, that I picked up from Michael's. And I thought this was just like the perfect pop of color. I'm just going to prop that lid right up on the side there. And I think this is cute. And that's it for this project, guys. So you got to let me know what you think about project number 1. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but I'm doing something. I don't know. Let me see it. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, we're going into project number 2. All right, so I have this cute little Trinket box that I found at Dollar Tree. I had not seen them before, but it has a little magnetic snap on the inside of it, and it has a good closure to it. So I just colored that in the color oh my goodness, it's one of my fusion color paints. It's a blue color. I'm sorry, and I can't remember. But anyway, I covered it in that color. So next, I wanted to try out the stencil. Now, I love using stencils, but typically I will use them with paint. And today, I decided of all days, let's go ahead and use some texture paste, okay, for everybody to witness. I didn't know what I was doing. But I did it anyway. All right. So first off, I should have taped this piece down. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, okay. And again, my girl Brandy, even Kathy Jo, they both love to use texture paste on their stenciling. I've done it a couple of times, but I'm no expert. But like I said, I needed witnesses today to see that I didn't know what I was doing. So here we go. Okay. Of course I would do it on a day like this. All right. So I'm just taking the texture paste and I'm applying it generously, which was probably mistake number 1. Okay. But y'all know me. I do what I do and I keep rolling. So that's what I did and I kept rolling. All right. So I did the first part and here I am taking one of my little mini skewers here and just kind of removing some of the paste so it could separate and show the true picture of what it's supposed to look like. So I did what I did to one side, I did to the other side. So I was going to try and add some more on there, but because the platform was small, I was like, I didn't want to ruin, you know, what I'd already done. And what I also did, guys, off camera, because, you know, if I had done this sooner, it would have had time to dry. But because I didn't, I decided to take my heating gun to try to speed up the process. But all that did was puff up the paste. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, don't ever do that. But I did it, so I had to work with it. Okay, all right. So here we're going to take some of the rub-on transfers, and this first one says make memories today, and I thought that was so cute because this is just kind of a, like I said, not kind of, it is a Trinket box. It could also be like a keepsake box if you have something special that you want to put in there. I think that would be awesome. And like I was saying earlier, so I just took one of the little card that came with the rub-on transfer, and I'm giving it just a few swipe overs. I did speed this up a little bit, But guys, it literally takes no time to go on. And you can see right there where it's separating from the transfer tape over. And guys, it was so pretty. So pretty. I really, really love this. Now I did lighten up that box around the bottom just because I wasn't sure how well the dark the dark transfer would show on the dark paint. I thought the paint was going to come out a little bit lighter, so I had to lighten it up a little bit, but it actually worked out. In the end, I think it came out very nice, and I'm not exaggerating. So right here, I wanted it to look more like a true Trinket box, so I decided to add on a half bead. You know, it doesn't serve a purpose. You don't need it to open it, like the box will open without it, but I just thought it would give more of that true Trinket box feel in my mind. At least that's what I was telling myself. So then in the front of the box, I wanted to add some greenery there. And I decided to cut out some little leaves, and I add that on the front, and then I add a little leaf and a flower in the middle. And I like that. I think that's so cute. Okay, so then for me to camouflage what I did when I puffed up the paste, I'm like, well, let's paint them. So that's what I did. I started painting them. And this is where I need someone out there in YouTube land to be like, May, stop it. Don't do that. But I did it. I kept going. I tried to fix it. And I gotta say, it wasn't horrible, okay? It wasn't the greatest, but we made it work, okay? So I put my green paint on there. Then I touched it up with a little bit of white paint, and I think it came out okay. I think it gave it some texture, some cuteness, some dimension, some character. All of those check boxes were checked off. I think so. I really do. I'm trying to sell it to you. Are you buying it? And that's it for that Trinket box. So now we're going to go into project number 3. We're going to go in with this large mason jar, guys, that I got from Hobby Lobby. We're going to use some more rice paper. Now, I originally had selected one other portion of this because she has it in various sections that you can cut out and create and put together. So I originally outlined the owl and the clock, but I soon changed my mind. So that's why I kind of cut away from that because I wasn't going to use that piece. So what I'm doing here is taking one of the appliques that she did include in my box, and I'm just painting it in some more of that green paint, my green fusion paint. Don't forget, guys, I am in collaboration with Kathy Jo as well. I cannot wait to see what she created for you guys today. I know it's going to be super cute and awesome. So don't forget to stop by and tell her I said hello. So just like that medallion, these appliques were very detailed. So I was just getting all up in the nooks and crannies of that to make sure I had some coverage going on. So next I'm going to take some of this painter's tape to tape off that mason jar. Sorry, I'm out of shot. But you guys know how I roll over here. I'm never in shot. So there we go. It's only fair to say that. So then I'm just going to take and cover this in some white paint by FolkArt, and I'm just going to give it one coat. And then on the top part of this, I'm going to cover it using some of my burnt umber paint. Okay, so what we're going to do here is take another one of the stencils, and we're just going to use a portion of it. Now I'm going to give you guys full disclosure on this particular piece. It was like really no rhyme or reason to it. I just really wanted texture, pattern, color. I wanted all those things that would say spring without saying spring. Okay, so I hope you guys get the vibe that I was going after. Now right here, I'm going to be perfectly honest. When I put this stencil down, it went down okay, but I did not offload enough paint when I was stenciling because it was my fusion paint. I did not want to waste it on putting it back up, like putting it on a napkin. I was putting it back in the jar, so it wasn't releasing enough of the paint from the sponge brush. So it did bleed through, but I cleaned that up, set that to the side. And here is the piece that I went with, this birdhouse with this beautiful butterfly, the birds in the nest. I just fell in love with this. So I was like, okay, this is going to give me spring vibes. So right here, I'm just taking some rice paper. What I did was I applied Mod Podge first, let that dry. And I put down the piece of rice paper. And then I just put on top of there some of my parchment paper. And I'm just going over it with my mini heat press. Now, again, if you guys, y'all know how I do if you've been here with me. You know. So we just put that on, and my goodness, it went on crispy clean. Okay. So right here, I'm just going to apply that applique right at the top. Again, no rhyme, no reason. I just was going after the texture, the colors, the patterns. That's what I wanted to capture in this piece. And I hope you guys catch that vibe. I really do. I wanted that. I told you guys before, I am all about the yellows and green this year. I don't know why, but I am. And I'm going in with some of the, oh my goodness, these are some florals from Dollar Tree. I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head, but I'm just gonna put those along the line side there of the mason jar. And at first I was worried it was a little busy, but again, going in for that texture. So then I'm gonna take some of these wood cutouts that you can get from Dollar Tree as well, and I'm gonna put the words "Hello Sunshine." Now what I have right here is a napkin ring that these are some leather napkin rings, or faux leather rather, that I found at Ollie's, and they were, I think, for $1.79, I think, or something like that. So what I'm doing is just, they have the little screw hook to bind them together, so I'm just removing those so I can add it to the other one. So originally I was going to try to put this as a hanger for this piece, but it wasn't long enough. So I was like, you know what? Since we're all about the texture, let's just put it on the front of this. And that's what I decided to do. Now, does it make sense? I don't know. But do I like it? Yes, I do. There we go. I just put some hot glue down, and then I'm going to take the little handles that came with it, or little holders, binders, whatever you want to call them, and add them where the little holes are, guys. And that is it for this project. I'm sorry, nope, it's not. I'm going to add in the word hello, like hello, right at the top there. Like I said, it says "Hello Sunshine," and I just love it. I really do love the way this piece came together, and I hope you guys love it too. So we're gonna jump in, move over to our last and final project of today. Now, this is another one of her sheets. This is a 5 by 11, I believe. 5 by 10, I think. 5 by 10, but it has 4 different prints on it, which are 4 by 6 prints. Okay, I think I said that right. All right. Here again, I'm going in with a water pen, separating what I want from this piece. And what I did here was I had this little it was like a cutoff. I don't want to say cut off leg, but these were some wooden legs that I found at the Goodwill. And then I took one of the little wood pieces, the book wood pieces from Dollar Tree, and I painted that in the color Chateau by Fusion Paint. And then the green paint is also a Fusion Paint as well. I believe it's called Carriage House, if I'm not mistaken, that green color paint. Just like earlier today, I sprayed the paper down. But what you also saw that I did, I think, I hope I didn't leave it out. What I did was I took some of my distressing ink and I ran around that paper before I spritzed it with water. And I kind of crumbled it a little bit because I wanted to get that vintage, worn look to it. And I'm just applying it to this wood book cutout from Dollar Tree. And I got to tell you, right here is where I was really, really digging the fan brush, because, you don't always get full coverage when you put down the Mod Podge first. You have to go back in and kind of touch it up a little bit. And so as I was tucking under there, and this is where I've had issues with fan brushes in the past, either they will kind of separate like into just two pieces, if you will. And it just kind of makes it hard to get the glue fully covered under those little nooks and crannies. But her brush didn't do that. So kudos to you, Brandy, for making that brush. That's awesome. All right. So then right here, I went around with some of my braided jute twine. Now, I did not know where I was going with this, okay? Like, I was like, okay, again, here we are with the texture, and I wanted this piece to be really chunky, okay? I know my brain was all over the place with these projects, but I just was really just going with what I was feeling. You know, I didn't try to overthink it. I didn't try to underthink it. I just was like, just go with the flow, May, and see what happens. And so, does it make sense? Probably not, but I really do like the way they came together. I think they are really great conversation pieces, especially this one. So, once I did that, I was like, okay, this needs some feet. Let's make it into a riser. But as I started going through, I was like, it could also work as a leaner, and you guys will see that. But what I did was I went ahead and I took some of the little miniature squares you can find at Dollar Tree, and I added those as feet to this. And then I decided to take that little wooden piece, leg, whatever you want to call it, add that off to the side. Then I had one of these butterflies in my stash that matched the butterfly in the print on the paper. I was like, all right, let's put that on there too. Let's give it some more color. It'll work. And then I decided to take, excuse me, another piece. Oh, so these are the little wooden cutouts, and this, it has two hellos in there, a smaller one and a larger one. So I decided to put the little hello piece on there, and then I decided to add in some of my little vintage keys that I had in my stash. And I was like, you know what, this could work as a key, like, you know, a key holder. I think that would be really nice. And like I said, it could even work as a leaner. But you guys can let me know if you're feeling it or if you're not. If you're not, you guys know my feelings won't get hurt. And see right there, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. I think I like that. I don't know. But here we are in the final reveal, lovies. If you are still here writing with me, thank you so much. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And if you haven't already done so, lovies, please consider subscribing, liking, sharing, and commenting, because you guys know how I feel about those comments. Keep them coming, guys. And you have to let me know. Y'all know the drill. If you had a favorite of today, please let me know. I want to hear from you guys. I want to know how you feel about today's projects. I hope you guys are, you know, inspired to stop by Brandy's website and check out what she has for you guys. I know she has some more releases the releases are supposed to start in April, so look out for that as well. Don't forget to check out my friend Kathy Jo as well. See what she has created for you guys. I'm so excited about everything today. You know, it's even hard for me to pick a favorite. Like I said, today's video was, you know, just me just really just going for it. Just doing things and just crafting and just having fun while doing it, you know, just taking the ride. I literally was just taking the ride. So let me know if you guys are feeling it. All right. Let me know if you have a favorite of today. Even if you don't, I still want to know, how do you guys feel about all the different texture and colors, you know, things like that. Those are the things I want to hear about. And again, if it's not your vibe, okay? I want to hear all of that, lovies. So, as I mentioned earlier, don't forget I will have Kathy Jo's information in my description box below, as well as Brandy's information along with her website. So you guys can go by, excuse me, and check out what she has for you guys. I'm just excited about this whole new line she has going on. I'm so proud of her and excited for what she's doing and what she offers to the crafting community. All right. Now, if I had to pick a favorite of today, I think it would be my Trinket box, guys. I was kind of proud of that. I think it's the Trinket box. All right. So until the next video, lovies, be safe, be be kind, and happy crafting your days away. Hugs and kisses. XOXO. Bye.